Welcome back to week 3 of our devotion time on grace. First 2 weeks, we've had the opportunity to see how we have been extended grace. Today, I want to share some verses on how we can extend grace to others through the words that we speak. The first verse I want to share with you is Colossians 4:6. And it says, let your speech always be with grace, seasoned with salt. This is not, the salt part is not the, ooh, she was so salty. That's not what we're looking for on that one. When it talks about being seasoned with salt, salt adds flavor. Have you had something that you could tell just needed a little bit of salt, is a little bland? Well, Christ wants us to add flavor with the words that we choose to speak. And also salt has the makeup, I guess, to be able to prevent like infection. And so this is what we see here, is that when we speak with grace, that we have that opportunity to speak life, to speak flavor in to somebody else's day. And then over in Ephesians 4:29, it tells us, let no corrupt word proceed out of your mouth, but what is good for necessary edification, that it may impart grace to the hearers. So here it's kind of the same thing. The words that come out of our mouth can either lift people up, provide flavor, or they can tear people down. And what we see throughout Scripture is that when we give grace through our words, it can provide life to somebody, and it gives them the opportunity to see Christ in us. As believers, we've been saved by grace. We've been kept by grace, so we need to speak with grace, right? I'm going to share one other verse with you if the wind doesn't get me. Over in Luke 4:22, it tells us, so all bore witness to him and marveled at the gracious words which proceeded out of his mouth. And they said, is this not Joseph's son? So in the scripture that we've looked at, we see how Jesus, he was known for his words being gracious, and that needs to be something that we need to think about. Are we thought of as somebody with gracious words? And I know some days that we want to be, I don't know, things might not be going well, and our first thought might not be for our words to be gracious, but our words are very important. It can set the tone of the day. And so I challenge us to think through the words that we're saying. Also, Bobby Ann has prayed over our devotion topics, and she set them out at the beginning of the year. And what I've noticed is when we have the topic, and pretty much as soon as I finish this one, I look at the next one and I start seeing the topic. So this month being on grace, as soon as I started looking for it, it is so cool how God provides that opportunity to see it. So when we're focused on a topic, whatever it may be, if you're planning for a party, looking for recipes, this is how my mind works, not like everybody else's maybe, but it's always in the back of my mind. I'm looking, I'm seeing. So this month I have been seeing grace throughout scripture, throughout words that other people have said, throughout songs. And truthfully, I had another thought process for what I wanted to share today. And I was working on a lesson for students yesterday, and I saw the verse in Colossians, and I knew that this is where God wanted me to take this time of devotion. So what I wanted to be sharing on this is, as we are going through the social media emphasis on a word or a thought, ask God to reveal that to you. How is God wanting you to see grace? What is He wanting you to learn? So that's my challenge: is to look for grace, and also ask God to help your words be gracious to those around you. Our family, sometimes that's the hardest. Somebody we've gotten irritated with because they're slow, or just not doing what we wanted them to do. So let your words be full of grace, just like Jesus. His words were full of grace, and that's how he was known for. All right, ladies, I love you, and I hope you have a good day.